trillion naira per annum to achieve its economic targets and record a growth rate of about 6.3% by 2027. He noted that 25 million people have so far been reached under the direct benefits transfer in driving economic growth and facilitating infrastructural development. The minister urged the National Assembly to iron out the contending issues in the bill rather than dumping it in its entirety. The Universal Basic Education Commission has reaffirmed its commitments to establish digital libraries in basic education schools across the country, in addition to offering cost-effective ways of bringing educational resources to learners and teachers. The reaffirmation was made by the National Coordinator of the UBEC Digital Resource Center, Professor Bashir Galadachi, while declaring open a 3-day training workshop on digital library and education resources management at the UBEC Digital Resource Center, Abuja. Professor Galandachi, who represented the UBEC Executive Secretary, noted that digital libraries had brought about diverse, multiple, and exciting media formats, including videos, games, and interactive simulations. Also speaking, the head of capacity building at the UBEC DRC, Dr. Afsat Katangura, explained that the training was designed to enhance the understanding of the role of digital libraries and educational resources in smart education delivery and provide hands-on experience in organizing, categorizing, and managing digital content. A philanthropic organization, Widows Might, in collaboration with New Impact Ministry, has donated food items and cash gifts to widows in Imesile for the Christmas celebration. Lead pastor of the New Impact Ministry, Leke Ojo, said the church has a duty to be a source of blessings to the poor, the orphan, and the widow. Pastor Ojo, who stood in for the sponsor of the program, Pastor Comfort Foyeke Famuyobo, stated that the ministry focuses on community service to the poor, the orphan, and the widow. According to her, the kingdom message has gone beyond church attendance, as churches must go out of its comfort zones and start making impact. Speaking in the same vein, the resident pastor of the New Impact Church, Osogbo, Pastor Israel Fonsho, who was accompanied by his wife, Blessing, said religion will amount to nothing if the vulnerable members of the society are ignored. He called on those in privileged positions to always remember the less privileged members in their communities and cultivate the culture of giving. The event climaxed with the presentation of food items and cash gifts to the widows in the spirit of Christmas celebration. As moral decadence pervading society continues to take unimaginable proportion, parents have been admonished to ensure they give their children religious education combined with Western education. The Olola of Ola, Oba Johnson Oyewale Ajiboye, gave the admonition at a Walimat Quran of Modrisat, Morikas, Tijaniyat, held at Olude area of Oshogbo, Osun State capital. Also speaking, another guest, Ms. Dr. Kayode Oguneye, stated that it is important for parents to expose their children to religious education, which would help instill the fear of God in them. They maintain that when children are brought up in the right direction, the burden of moral decadence pervading society will drastically reduce. Speaking with OSBC News, the host and national coordinator of the New Era Islamic Propagation Center, the Abdurrauf Kolawole, admonished the graduates to make adequate use of the knowledge they have garnered from the Islamic school to serve Allah and humanity. He equally charged them to continue to seek further knowledge that will guide their paths and illuminate their future. On the sports scene, a two-time Grand Slam doubles champion, Matt Purcell, has been voluntarily suspended for breaking anti-doping rules. The International Tennis Integrity Agency made the announcement, adding that the 26-year-old is prohibited from playing, coaching at, or attending any tennis event authorized by any of the sports governing bodies or national associations. The Australian, who is ranked 12th in the world for doubles admitted to a breach of regulations relating to the use of a prohibited method and had requested to enter into a provisional suspension. Under the suspension, it means he will currently not be able to play in the Australian Open at Melbourne Park in January. Purcell won the 2022 Wimbledon doubles title alongside fellow Australian Matt Ebden and the United States Open crown this year, partnered by Jordan Thompson. Tennis Australia stressed that the breach related to a prohibited method rather than a prohibited substance. While on the foreign scene, Turkey's Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan has met with the head of Syria's new administration, promising help with the political transition and rebuilding the war-torn country after the fall of Bashar al-Assad regime. In their meeting in Damascus, Turkey's Foreign Minister and Syria's de facto ruler Ahmed al-Shara stressed the need for unity and stability in Syria as they called for the lifting of all international sanctions against the war-ravaged country. The meeting was coming 2 days after Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said Fidan would be going to Damascus to discuss the new structure in Syria. Addressing the news conference with al-Shara, Fidan said Turkey will continue to stand by Syria, noting that the darkest days of Syria are behind, while better days await it. Fidan said sanctions on Damascus must be lifted as soon as possible, and the international community needs to mobilize to help Syria get back on its feet and for the displaced people to return. And that is the evening news on OSBC TV. Do join us at 7 for the major reports. Good evening.
Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wish you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year in advance. Merry Christmas.